What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. We're a niche channel reserved for the best. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sixth Element of Hip Hop. I'm your host, Reno Noir. This is my co-host, Two Dog, and joining us is Saka.
Hi.
How you doing, guys?
Doing good today.
I got another intro that, man, shout out to Sands Group Collectibles, my homie Slam over there, the Cookie Monster, the Cookie Man, made a dope intro that I want to use, but it uses like a Nas song. It's either Nas or Fuji's. I forget which one. Oh no, it's the Nas with Lauryn Hill. Yeah. So can't use it. But maybe I can re-edit it with some different, royalty-free beats. But it's really dope.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it is.
You know how YouTube is.
You know how YouTube is, though.
Copyright
DJ Tank will
system.
say boo
Yeah.
too.
Give you the old chop. Multiverse Comics Parade. What's good? Diamond Onyx in the building. Salute.
Hello.
Yo,
Well, that's
Multiverse.
fantastic.
If you check your email, bro, you got the link if you want to join us on cam today. Chop it up with us. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on today. A lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of new MCU news that we want to break off and let you guys know about some cool stuff we found out. And but first, let me add this imagery. We have, coming out Wednesday is The Punisher #1, which we talked about on the show before, how they were, either going to somehow reclaim that symbol from the white supremacists, the right wings, or make, in different ways they could do that, maybe making Punisher a black man, maybe, scrapping the symbol and just changing it all together. Which is the way they went. They're giving a new symbol. He's got a new logo now, a new symbol, and it debuts on Wednesday on Punisher #1, and this is Punisher #1 right here. I believe this is the main A cover, and there you can see the symbols really torn up and bashed. But here's a couple of the variants with the new logo. There's kind of like devil horns on the skull there.
It's actually a Japanese.
Yeah, it's the Oni.
Yeah,
It's the Oni. Yeah, it's the demon.
Japanese same thing as the symbol. It's the same thing that a symbol already represented, but it's the Japanese version.
Right. Here he is pulling out some katanas, which I can't wait to see. And there he is, with a katana, clearly, bound, leaning down, leaning into it. But yeah, it is. You're right, Stu. It is a Japanese symbol representing the Oni, the ONI, which is, their sort of demon warrior that like samurai would use to intimidate their enemies, in battle. But the Punisher's become one of Marvel's most beloved anti-heroes. First appearing in the comics way back in the 1970s, but over the past few years, the character has faced a couple of changes to his iconic logo, and now this is the latest design that's been being published in the comics surprisingly early. The new logo was announced back in December, but yesterday it was first spotted in the latest Daredevil comic. The logo has been through a few transformations over the past few years because of its controversial history. But we're loving the latest look with a rumored hidden meaning. And if you're feeling inspired and fancy having a go at creating your own logo, then make sure you check out our 15 golden rules of logo design on Creative Block, BLOQ. But according to Screen Rant, the new logo is rumored to resemble Oni, a Japanese mythological demon. Oni used to be a villainous, murderous figure, but in today's culture, they're seen as a protector to ward off bad luck. Essentially, the ultimate anti-hero, much like the Punisher. And when looking at Oni in the new logo, you can definitely see the resemblance. and we like to we we thought that you could see both the Punisher and the Oni have gone through similar redemption arc. So you may be thinking why the sudden change, and like I said, we've talked about it. The logo having sort of been adopted by sources outside the comic books. Right wing nuts. Also, the U.S. military, Marines, and Army, and the police force during the BLM, the Black Lives Matter protests, all took the logo on as an emblem, giving it a negative connotation, and a racist one. However, the logo was then reclaimed by the BLM movement in 2020 and was sold on T-shirts to raise money for Black Lives Matter. So that's one of the ways that they, attempted to reclaim it. And we had talked about earlier, the creator of the Punisher was talking about or toying with the notion of just making the Punisher a black man, to, I guess, discourage racist white supremacists from using the logo. But I think we all talked about, we all agreed that that was probably not the best way to do it, just because of the fact that Punisher usually deals around his own neighborhood, and he definitely kills his bad guys, and so we thought maybe that he's going to end up killing black men, which would be a black man killing other black men, and that's probably not the best way to do it. But as the Punisher is joining the Hand, right? We know that's a martial arts ninja Japanese organization in Marvel Comics, and so he joins the Hand and swaps his guns for katanas. And the start of Frank Castle's new era confirms he's only gotten deadlier. There are a few characters who are as efficient at killing as Punisher. With the number of bodies he's left in his wake, the retribution Frank Castle rains down on criminals is a thing of legend. But the Punisher is now embarking on a new journey that brings him directly to the mysterious ninja clan, the Hand, and it appears that the path has made Frank deadlier than ever. From Monster Metropolis to the afterlife, Frank Castle is a man whose mission has taken him to some odd places. You remember Frankencastle? You guys ever see those? Oh, I think I've got. You guys check these out. So
Sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh no, let me see what he shows. I might check. I saw it, but like,
The name is clicking, but nothing else.
Frankenstein. I've seen that. Read the books. Frankencastle.
Here you go. I got him.
Franks and Beans.
Franks and Beans.
Solid combination.
Franks and Beans. So here's a couple. This was actually Dark Wolverine Frankencastle. But
oh yeah, no, I've never seen that. Wow.
Yeah. Where he's actually like a Frankenstein Frankencastle. Like Frank Castle, but Frankenstein. Yeah, he actually, I think there was actually some Frankencastle comics, but this is Frankencastle and Dark Wolverine. But just so you guys can see, there he is.
Wow.
Frankensteined out. I mean, hella cool art, really cool design. I love when they do kind of stuff like this. It's fun and just hella interesting and cool. But yeah, if you're wondering, this is Dark Wolverine Frankencastle. It's Dark Wolverine number 88 and 89. Chapter 1 and 3 of Punishment. So if you're looking for these. But I don't know. What do you guys think about the new symbol? Does it look cool?
It's not terrible. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad.
It's gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. It's gonna take some getting used to.
It looks nice on the suit, but yeah, I gotta get used to it.
Yeah, it looks cool on the suit for sure.
Yeah.
But the old symbol is just so iconic, but it is unfortunate, the types that have sort of adopted it. A symbol, like I think we were talking about backstage, me and Stu, a symbol should be as basic as possible, like to be iconic. If you have too much stuff going on, it's too busy. it just loses its sort of recognizability, or I don't know. We've seen, you know, a bunch of times, the different, you know, times we've heard the story of Mathematics making the Wu-Tang symbol, right?
Right.
He designed several symbols that RZA and them turned down because they were like, you know, guys cutting each other's heads off, or, you know, characters or whatever. It was just too much, and they just
To
wanted
elaborate.
simple. Yeah. Basic, simple. I mean, look how simple that is. There's no holes, there's no dots, there's no lines, there's nothing you know, it's just one solid piece. And the kind of the old Punisher symbol kind of, you know, it was real basic, real simple. I think this one has a
Just a
bit
skull.
much going on.
Yeah, like it has like the horns and then the other teeth coming out. It's just like, okay. But
That
it's
weird
not terrible.
thing in
So
it. Yeah, the headpiece. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 8 different pieces to it.
yeah.
You got the middle piece, you got the horn piece, the basic headpiece, right? And then you've got 4 extra teeth and tusks. Yeah. I guess they were looking for something badass, which they did find. It does look badass. It does look pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And but in the new Punisher series, Frank finds himself allied with Daredevil's mystical foes, the Hand. Castle may have made himself a modern myth for the methodical way in which he dispatches enemies, but a new preview shows he's more than living up to the myth. The first glimpse of Frank's deadly new methods comes in the new pages of the Punisher #1 by Jason Aaron, which is going to be coming out Wednesday. Diving right into the action, a crew of criminals come under attack by the Punisher. Castle's reputation precedes him, sending the gang into a panic state. They arm themselves with some powerful weapons as their leader reminds his flunkies that the Punisher is merely a man. However, darkness suddenly envelops the hideout, and a small metallic sound is heard. And by the time the lights return, only the head criminal is left standing with his men bleeding out on the floor. And typical Punisher fashion. Marvel recently made the news with an announcement that it was making several changes to the Punisher character. Not only has he gotten a brand new skull logo, but he's traded his guns for swords. I don't know if that's a permanent thing or if it's just, you know, for this issue or for that mission. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looks like an orc symbol from Lord of the Rings multiverse. Yes, yeah, could be. But yeah, I mean, making Punisher a swordsman, I don't know. You know, he's all about guns, man. He's all about artillery.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, they have to, you know,
his
because
armory.
it can tone down the violence a little bit, and then they can make a movie because no Punisher movie is violent. It's just not as violent as it should be. Not as
See,
it's not as much.
if you go back to medieval times, right, and you look at war in medieval times or any other time or before guns, the battlefield was far more violent and brutal. You're literally hacking guys, you know what I mean? And you cut someone and slash them, they're not just gonna die. Like if you shoot someone with a little bullet, bing, they're dead. You cut someone, you chop them, they're gonna be bleeding, screaming, guts falling out onto the floor, intestines spilling out. It's just not quite as clean as guns. So I think I don't know if we'll be getting less violence, but less guns. And I think this is that liberal anti-NRA, anti-gun, you know, because they're trying to go away from right-wing supremacists, the military, the NRA types, and I think that's why they're doing the sword.
You need guns to have a Punisher, man. You can't have
Yeah.
Punisher.
I'm
And I
saying,
think
man.
like movie magic will definitely make it less violent if he has swords, because movie magic will find a way, quick cuts or up close or off camera. So it's like it's just like guns are his thing. So I don't.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, because I mean, look, you can do guns or swords and not show blood. You can show someone get shot or stabbed or whatever. You can just negate showing the blood if you want to, and that's usually what does it. But if you're gonna have a swordsman, like cut down a room full of guys and not show any blood, no one's gonna buy it.
At all.
Star Wars can get
It's
away
true.
with it, right? Because Star Wars, the lightsaber cauterizes, which was genius. Using that sort of close combat is just ugly, always has been. It's personal. Yeah, that's true. But while Frank has gone down several paths in his life, this new adventure with the hand seems to be giving some fans pause. However, it seems that anyone worried that the Punisher's new role will make him any less deadly is mistaken. If anything, Frank has improved the way he doles out punishment. His new way is smarter, factoring in the environment and attacking under the cover of darkness. The lack of sounds with a sword is also better hides his movements compared to his noisy machine gun, opening up stealthier attacks and tactics that make him even more terrifying to his opponents. Swords aren't as flashy as some of the more heavy-duty equipment Frank has used, but in the Punisher's hands, they're just as deadly. With Frank about to undertake his new adventure, remains to be seen if he's found other ways to improve on punishing the wicked. Punisher #1 will be available March 9th, which is also the anniversary of Biggie's murder, incidentally.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Punisher needs guns like pants need pockets.
Right. Like cereal needs milk.
Right, exactly. Like cornflake need milk. Cereal. I don't understand. Like I said, Marvel, I think they want to bring the Punisher back to the big screen or do a show, and this way they can tone it down.
They still better make it R-rated.
I highly doubt it, but
it wouldn't be the first R-rated comic book movie.
Yeah, but I mean, with
Blade,
Marvel
Daredevil, Deadpool.
Was Blade R-rated?
Yeah, I think the one of them was. Let me see.
Blade was good, man. Blade was really good.
Blade was mad good, and
yeah.
Blade had a gap.
Yeah, guns, swords, blood galore. Motherfuckers was raining. Had blood showers.
Yeah,
it was getting it in Blade, man. Yeah, Blade burnt the Joker alive and everything.
Blade, no, not Blade Runner, sir.
Yeah,
it was rated R for strong, pervasive vampire violence and gore, language, and brief sexuality. So yeah, Blade, 1998, guys, the sort of precursor to the MCU, and don't forget Daredevil. Oh, sorry, I keep saying Daredevil. Fucking Deadpool, rated R, wildly successful. You cannot deny that rated R comic book movies work. They keep pushing against it. I don't know why. I guess for younger people, for money, because more younger people can see it, more people can see it. That's just the bottom line. They're not doing it to save children's eyes. They couldn't care less. They're not doing it for any sort of moral reason. So if you think it's ethical or whatever, it is nothing to do with that. It has to do with the box office bottom line. Yep. Exactly.
Like I said before, Hollywood isn't that smart. They don't care about comics.
Yeah, all they care about is money.
Yep.
Yeah. So when it comes to money, when it comes to movies, and if you're trying to predict stuff, just think about what's going to make them the most money, and there you got your answer. Bottom line. We have let me see here. Okay, so wanted to talk a little bit about the upcoming MCU stuff. We've got obviously, Moon Knight right on deck, but I've been hearing a lot of stuff about the mutants in the MCU.
They keep saying that they're already here, and they've been here, and a bunch of stuff.
And speaking of mutants, I thought this was interesting, and I'm so glad it didn't happen. But I'm also glad they finally got the property out of their hands. But X-Men screenwriter David Hayter says 20th Century Fox didn't want Wolverine to be Canadian. They actually wanted to change his nationality in its 2000 film adaptation of X-Men. But the screenwriter David Hayter planted his feet on the matter, and the fan favorite mutant remained Canadian, which Hayter is a Canadian himself, and I think that's why he stuck to it. But I mean, it just shows you like Fox really did not care at all about the comics or
Like, what would
anything.
you
They
even
just don't.
gain from changing his nationality? Just keep it.
I know, like,
Gain
is it
nothing.
right? This isn't World War II, where we don't. It's not all about like, patriotism. It's like, come on, like for what? And it takes away. Like, I guess they were gonna make him Alaskan, so he could still be from the North Pole. But like you said, Sato, like what's really the benefit? Like,
There's
what are they
no
really
benefit
getting
at
out of
all.
it? Yeah, I don't think fans would be. I mean, I've never heard anyone say, Wolverine's cool, but it's fucking Canadian. Never heard, no one's ever cared. No one's ever complained about that I know
They've
of.
said it about Captain Britain, but not no.
Captain Britain, yeah, he's cool, but he's British.
Yeah, they said it about Captain Britain.
You,
But
Britain.
remember, if you ever watched the what was it, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends? They had Wolverine on there,
Mm-hmm.
and he had the accent. They tried to make him Canadian. He had the accent and everything, and
He had a
I
Canadian
don't know.
accent.
Yeah, if you watch it,
That's
yeah,
He's saying the
strange.
booty.
yeah,
Spider-Man
he
is,
had,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, he had like a real serious Canadian accent. Um, he wore
I
the
bet that
costume,
sounded.
which we can't get. It sounded crazy, but you were used to it. But we all knew Wolverine was Canadian. They just don't mention it now. They just don't. They don't mention it. There's no way now that Wolverine's Canadian. They don't even.
They talk about it in the comics, though. They still talk about it in the comics.
Yeah.
He's
Not no.
still,
I mean, not on the big screen. They don't.
Oh
They
yeah.
don't
yeah,
acknowledge
no.
it.
In the movies, they haven't yet. But I think I think now that Fox doesn't run it anymore, the MCU is definitely they're so their work. So there is a mutant movie in the works. Apparently, it's called The Mutants.
Hmm.
That's it.
Um,
Just the mutants. That's it.
That's
right
it.
now, the name is The Mutants. That's the title so far, because I guess they didn't want to say the X-Men, because I think that tells you they either just don't want to do another movie called X-Men, or it's not really going to be the X-Men. It's going to be maybe X-Force, or maybe no team yet. Maybe this is just
Or,
the
or
entry into
maybe
the
they'll.
mutants.
Yeah. I was gonna say they'll just introduce the mutants, and then we'll get the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
They'll already be in the
Right,
universe. You don't have to do a backstory. It's already been done.
right.
You can just move on.
Yeah, I think they we've done the origins to death. It's cool. But they have to do a movie that not just explains where the mutants have been, what they're doing, how they're here, but like, you know, what they're thinking, like how they think about it, and what they've experienced and whatnot. So it makes sense to have a movie without the X-Men at first. Like they haven't formed the X-Men yet, or they haven't formed the X-Force yet.
According to
Whatever.
an article I read, that they said the X-Men's already there. They're in
Oh
the
boy.
MCU.
Yeah.
They just haven't been acknowledged yet. Like they just haven't pushed the X-Men button. Like they already
Right.
formed and everything. Xavier School is there, but
Where the
we're
hell
just
are
so
they?
focused. Well, they're saying that we're so focused on what's going on with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, everything, that we didn't take the time to see what the mutants were doing. Like that's the story they're giving right now.
It feels like a roundabout excuse. Like I don't.
Well, there's different theories on how they may introduce them. One is, of course, the Eternals
Mhm.
creating the X gene, which they did in the comics, and that, or and my favorite one is the Weapons Plus program, Weapon X, the Super Soldier, basically. So we've done a whole lot of Super Soldier stuff in the
Yeah.
MCU, from movies to shows. It's very Super Soldier heavy. So to use the Super Soldier sort of mythos and the Weapons Plus program, and they're talking about
That's true.
activating the mutant gene and things like that. So that's one of the other theories. But Yeah, updates, man. From Craven the Hunter movie, Thor: Love and Thunder, Moon Knight, a whole bunch of stuff coming out. We got the I Am Legend reboot. Jason Momoa teases his villainous turn in the next Fast and the Furious. Another Crow reboot could be on the cards. Zack Snyder's Netflix sci-fi movie Rebel Moon rounds out its cast.
No,
Plus
we
Keanu
don't need
Reeves'
no.
Batman
We don't need a Crow
strikes.
reboot.
Already
This
no.
is already happening.
Yeah. The Crow was good. I
Yeah.
like the Crow, the original Crow. The comic was excellent. It was some of the best comic book reading I've ever read in my life. Period. Point blank. Like the Crow is the book. That's the book.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was great. And the movie they did for it was just as good.
Which Crow comic? There was like there's 6 or 7 different fucking Crow um story ongoings. The Dark Horse
No,
did
the original thick paper. They look like
yeah, a graphic novel one, like a
they look
trade
like
paperback.
graphic novels. Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
3 of them. It's like 3 books, like 3 or
Mhm.
4 books. The original joints where he went and killed Fun Boy and the rest of them. That's
Mhm.
the best. Those are the best
Those are
ones.
great.
That's the I have those joints too.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal. The comic was written in black and white. Um, the movie followed it pretty well. It just didn't delve deep into his psyche like the comic did, but basically what you see in the movie is in the comic, like
Yeah.
like verbatim almost.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
It was just great. It was it's a little bit of Hollywood in there, a few things here, a few things there. Like they don't in the movie they don't really talk about how much he was in love with his fiance. Like they don't dive into it. So like in the comic, there's an instance where like every time before he goes and kills one of them, he has this vivid flashback of something he did with his girlfriend. And there's one where he before he goes and kills Funboy, um, he has this vivid memory where they have a picnic, they're sitting on the side of the road, they're like in this field, and T-Bird and his crew show up and they torture his girlfriend, they rape her right in front of him, then they kill him, and right when they kill him, that's when he wakes up, and he just like gets up and then he just darts. He goes out and he starts hunting, and it happens
Mhm.
like that almost every time. He uh he goes after one of them, and some of the illusions they're long, some of them are short, but they're all put there to personify how much he was in love and how much like they were so in love that they were in their own little world and nothing they were oblivious to everything around
Yep.
them. And that's they don't portray that in the movie. They
They
really
do.
just
They
don't.
do somewhat. I mean, you know
Yeah.
that he's like deeply in
Oh
love.
yeah,
Like
no,
that's
yeah,
why he comes
right,
back. Yeah.
right. Yeah, now you get the sense. Like you know why, but you don't feel
They
it as
don't
much as
show
you do when you read it.
examples and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you feel it more when you read the comic than you
Mhm.
do when you watch the movie. But T Bird and his crew show up. I mean it's really it's a good comic, man. I was blown away by it when I read it. I was like, man. And then they were like, oh, a couple months later after I read it, they're like, oh, they're gonna make a movie out of this. I was like, thank God. I was like, yeah, I want to see that. It was good. But Crow City of Angels, garbage.
Oh
Crow TV show, garbage. That
yikes.
one movie and that first run of comics, best thing ever.
Yeah, I don't know why they and that's not, those aren't reboots. Like that's not a reboot. Those are sequels. Those were bad sequels. Like they, hopefully this reboot will be like the actual like the Brandon Lee one. You know what I mean? Like not the sequels, not no other storyline.
Or
But
just a remake.
yeah, a remake, a reboot. But personally, I'm not interested. Like the
Yeah.
reason I didn't like the sequels because it wasn't Brandon Lee. That was kind of what was dope about The Crow to me. Like to be totally honest, I was a huge Bruce Lee fan, and knowing that was Bruce Lee's son, like that was the big deal about it for me. So when they rebooted it with a different actor, I was like, I had no interest. I'm like, nope. But yeah, so yeah, that's happening. Marvel Secret Invasion is coming out, but Kraven the Hunter, I'm mad excited about because that's one of my favorite super Spider-Man villains.
No, Spider
According
Villains.
to according to Deadline, Alessandro Nivola has joined Kraven the Hunter as the film's currently undisclosed lead villain. West Side Stories' Ariana DeBose has additionally joined the cast in an unconfirmed role. Sources close to the site believe to be Calypso. There's a Beetlejuice sequel coming out, Beetlejuice 2. According to the latest installment of the Anklers Hollywood Transom newsletter, Brad Pitt's own Plan B Entertainment plans to produce Beetlejuice 2 with both Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder returning. If correct, production is expected to begin this summer.
Oh
We
boy.
don't need it. We don't need
Why?
it.
And
The
it's
original
like,
Beetlejuice was good.
Just
Like
leave it
just leave it. Leave
alone.
it alone. Like yeah. Like the Warriors, they did it. They doing a remake of the Warriors. I watched the trailer. It's dumb as hell. Like I
Uh,
was like, yo, like that was that. I mean, it's just dumb. Like I was like, this isn't even. You know what made the Warriors cool was the time period that they put it in.
right,
It was like in the 70s, the 60s,
right.
early 70s. Like you know what I mean? It was the gangs. It was New
The reason
York.
these
Like it was.
movies they don't work because you got the PC, social justice warrior, woke agenda. That shit ain't gonna work with those movies, man. They were just like you said, cool because of the era was allowed shit to be cool.
Uh,
Like now, if something's cool,
Leon.
it's offending somebody.
Yeah, like it was just a cool. The Warriors was just a cool movie, man. It was
I'd be
everything about
surprised
it
if
was just
they
cool.
did it right. If it wasn't all PC and
No,
super
it's
woke.
basically they're trying to tell a story, a modern day story of it. So Leon is like this
Exactly.
drug dealer. He's like a
nice.
drug dealer, and he forms this crew that's a gang, and they're the Warriors, and it shows how they all meet, which nobody was interested in. We were just cool with the fact that they already knew each other, and they were
Yeah.
riding the train going. They was leaving Coney. I think
Can
they went up.
you
They went,
dig it?
yeah, man. They went to the Bronx or wherever they went
It was a
to,
gang meeting. It was the big meeting of all the gangs, the
all the
big
gangs in New York.
yeah,
Like that's
he
dope. That's a
Cyrus, yeah. It was
yeah.
dope. It was a
Cyrus called
dope
them all together. Yeah,
idea, yeah.
Cyrus. Yeah,
All the
that was
gangs
just it was
there.
just
You're
yeah.
supposed to be
You had the
doing
Braves.
yeah, they wanted peace. He wanted to bring the gangs together and be like, "Yo, look at all of us here. You got all these little separate gangs, but look at all of us together, man. What could we do in
Yeah.
the
He was
city if
like, we
we were
could run the
together?"
city. Yeah, he was like, we could run the city. The mob
And that's
can't stop
taken
us.
from like real shit that was going on in the Bronx at the time. You had those gangs back then. They weren't painting their faces with baseball outfits on, but they had vests with their names on the back and jean jackets with their logos and all of that shit. Like that shit was big, like the black spades and all of that. Like it was really like that. And they had those big meetings like that. And so they made that movie based on it was a big like documentary about it in the 80s. But yeah, dude, like they one of the
Yeah,
gangs that didn't want the groups to come together shot him, and then everybody scattered,
yeah. They
and
were looking for who
the
killed
warriors,
Cyrus. Cyrus
yeah,
was
they
gonna.
blamed
He
it
was
on the
gonna
warriors.
organize it.
Somebody said it was a
Yeah.
warrior did it, and
I forget the name of the gang. That it was. What was their name? The
warriors come out and play.
ah, I forget the name of the gang. It'll come to me. Their name. Yeah, they shot Cyrus. They went
Yeah,
there to shoot Cyrus
yeah,
because
and to blame,
they
yeah,
didn't care. They
they
didn't
blamed
care.
it
They
on the
just wanted
warriors.
to blame it on the Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and then they
because
had their whole premise was they had to get
Leon.
home through all the
Remember
other
Leon
Terps.
saw him. Yeah, Leon saw when they
Yeah,
shot him. He saw, and Rembrandt. Leon and Rembrandt saw the whole thing,
yep.
and that's why they were like, that's why they blamed it on the Warriors. It's like, yo, they did it. Remember, Leon was like, I don't know what you talking about, man. It was just
Yeah.
cool, man. It was just cool.
Yeah, man.
It was
So
cool.
that'll be and another one they're doing. I Am Legend. See,
Oh,
but these aren't like Beetlejuice 2. Beetlejuice 2, it's not a reboot of Beetlejuice. It's
right.
this is what's happening now in their lives, which that could be interesting. But I mean, Coming to America 2, I'm sorry. It was not a good movie. Like, it was not a good movie.
Yeah, it was okay.
You know
It was
what?
not a
I'll put
good
it to you like this.
It
I
didn't compare
thoroughly
to the first
enjoyed
one,
it.
I'll tell you that.
I
at
thoroughly
all.
enjoyed Coming to America 2 at home on my couch. Had
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have went to the had
yeah.
I went to the
If I went
movies
to
and
the
saw it,
ooh,
oh
I'd have felt ripped
I
off.
would have been
I would have
what?
felt
I'd have
ripped
been
off.
livid.
I would have
Yeah.
been pissed. Like, what?
But yeah, had a
Yeah.
great time watching it. Like, yeah, it was fun and all of that. But I mean, it wasn't a good movie. Like, it wasn't a good film. Whereas I think the original is a straight up classic film. Like, you can't even front on the original. Like, it is classic. You know, this one, I think the reboot or the sequel, whatever it's, it is. It was doing too much. It was doing way too much and trying to recreate all that stuff. You can't recreate the moments, man. And shit was just funny in the
Mm,
80s, different way, like
And
different
like,
time.
I mean, I was okay with like the modern twist that they kind of added into the story with like how the daughter wanted to be like the next in line and whatever. Like that was
Yeah,
okay, but then
yeah.
it kind of got like repetitive, and then it just got lost in like everything else that was happening, and it wasn't funny. So it's like, okay,
Yeah, and Wesley Snipes, like his role could have been funny, but he was
yeah,
like, it was like he was laughing about what he was doing while he was doing it. Like you could tell he was,
pretty self-aware.
yeah, very self-aware that he was being funny. And
Yeah.
it's like that's not funny, bro.
That's not
It's not how
funny.
you do
Yeah.
it. But I Am Legend 2 promises to be okay. It's got Will Smith is in it, Michael B. Jordan in it. I'm not so, but it makes sense, and I've been waiting for I Am Legend 2.
Right. I was going
Like,
to say, yeah, I'm kind of okay with that because
yeah,
the way the
'cause the way
first
the
one
first one
ended,
ended,
right?
Oh,
It
it's a
was like, all right, wait a
sequel. Okay,
minute,
okay.
right? Yeah, you
Okay.
yeah,
gotta
what
do a
happens
sequel,
now? They found the
right? Like,
colony.
right,
Now what?
right. They found the cure. They got away with it. He died, but then I think they said they're gonna go with the ending where he lived at the end.
Right.
They're going with that ending because they remember they did two endings,
Yeah.
and they're saying that the ending that they're going with is the one where he got away, where he
Right.
lived. So
Right.
we'll see.
I don't
But you
think I
got to
saw
do a
that
sequel, man.
ending though. I didn't see the ending where he lived.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it is? They show the remember
Or like a
the
deleted
grenade
scene on
the
the
grenade
DVD or
blows
something.
up. They just show like it's a flash, and then they show him driving in the car with the girl, with the lady and the fan and the little boy.
Oh, I did see that. Like a deleted scene,
Yeah,
yeah, on the DVD. Yeah.
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 Now I actually have the there's an extended version. I have it on DVD where you can watch
Mm,
it. You can watch it either way.
they
You
put
can
it
watch
in
it with
there.
the
Yeah.
you can watch it with the ending or
Yeah.
without the ending.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And it's follow up to the movie. So it's gonna be a sequel. And the screenwriter, Akiva Goldsman, is the one that wrote the original, is gonna write this one. So it promises to be good, I think.
Okay. That I'm optimistic about.
Yeah.
so you said that like you wasn't too sure. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
wait
'cause I originally thought, oh, they're doing like a
Reboot of it.
remake, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
no,
I
this is
wouldn't want
part
to see
two.
it redone with Michael B. Jordan as the
Oh
character.
God,
That would
no.
just be
Nah, I
He's
wouldn't
not
want to see that
really
either.
a good actor. Not to
I, I
me.
I see how you sort of didn't want to say it, but because
You don't like Michael V. Jordan?
I don't. I think he
Sada,
has a pretty
I'm
face,
agreeing
but
with you. I'm
I think
agreeing
he
with
has a pretty face. But
I don't know
outside
about
of
that.
maybe one thing that he was in, I don't think he. No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not the best actor. He's not the worst actor.
Yeah, he's not
I mean, he's just
terrible.
mid. He's just like,
Yeah,
I don't know what the big hype is. And like you
he's got
said,
a pretty face.
you said he's got a pretty face.
Yeah,
I don't even think he's like a good looking dude. I mean, I don't know. Like, dude
no.
got no jawline. Like, usually you see man has no chin. Like, usually these, leading men, they got the chiseled bones and he's like the opposite of that. But that's cool too. I mean, I guess it's cool.
Maybe that's what they like now. You know,
He looks no.
And plus his
maybe that's what the
relationship
women like now. That's
with
what the
Lori
women go
Harvey,
for.
that's a thing. So that's also kind of keeping him in the spotlight as well. His
With who?
relationship with Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter.
Oh,
that.
yeah. Okay.
Well, Steve
That's
Harvey,
funny.
there was just an article I read. He said that I think it's damn. I gotta get it. I think he said he would. It was the reason why he wouldn't want Michael B. Jordan to marry his daughter or something like that. It was a crazy article. That,
Yeah.
Steve Harvey was saying that
Yeah.
he
That's
would
weird.
be against Michael B. Jordan marrying his daughter. or something like that. It was just something crazy, but
Yeah. Well,
I
other
don't know.
movies. Other movies. Barbie. If you're a fan of the Barbie toy, I don't know how they're making that a movie, and I'm sure it's gonna be ridiculous. I mean, what the fuck, Barbie?
Whoa. There's a
Did
lot
she
of
ever
work
have
in
any
it.
character? Did she have any substance? Was
Yes.
she ever?
Yes, she
Yeah, they
did.
have
Yes,
this
Barbie did.
animated series. I think it's on YouTube, and it's like really
Yes.
popular. The Dream House one, I
Mhm.
think.
Uh,
It's actually
Yeah.
really funny. I've seen a couple
Yeah.
clips.
See that
Her,
right there. Sada, tell us about it. Let us know about it.
it's
We know
like
you watched it. Tell us
she's
about
like she's like living in this like dream house. It's her, Ken, Raquel. There's some other people. She works really well, like in an ensemble. I think just by herself, like her and Ken, I think that's gonna be boring. But
right.
it's really funny the scenes with like Raquel and stuff like that. So I don't know. They
Okay.
can make it work. I think if she's in an ensemble and like actually yeah, that's it. Because I don't know if by herself, I don't know if she has that substance. I don't know if she has
Yeah.
that
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about her. I didn't know if
Yeah,
she had. I only just saw the dolls. You know, I didn't. You never heard anything like.
yeah.
But I
I was
guess I'm
more
sure
into
they.
Black's dolls, so yeah. They
Yeah,
had
Black Barbie. They had Black Barbies, right?
yeah.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
very popular.
Yeah.
They're very
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah. Is that? Yeah. Like they. Yeah. I think
They
they're.
had a black. I think they even had a black Ken.
Yeah. I think Bratz kind
They
of
do.
pushed them to do that because before it was literally just Barbie. So in different variations. So
But they
Right,
had
but you
Black
know what?
Barbie in
That
the
that
80s, though,
didn't make
didn't they?
that didn't make any sense either because you had Barbie like um you had air cargo Barbie, you had army
yeah.
Barbie,
Malibu Barbie,
you had
Mhm.
Malibu Barbie, you had Mexican Barbie, Mexican hat dancing Barbie. You
Sombrero
had
Barbie.
yeah, sombrero Barbie, but you never had an African American Barbie.
Yeah.
They should have just did like a
I thought
different
there was a Black
nationality in each
Barbie in
Barbie.
the 80s.
There was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
there
can't
was.
remember what she was.
I just, yeah.
Yeah, there was.
It's probably like a Whitney Houston
And Barbie had everything too. Barbie had a
knockoff.
car, she had a Corvette, she had her
Yeah,
own
yeah.
private jet.
Dream House and all that.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
had a dream house. She had a hovercraft. Barbie was
Nah.
getting it.
I
Barbie was getting
don't
it
know about a
back
hovercraft.
Well, Fast and Furious number 10 is,
Oh,
is come on with these movies. Yeah, like I
This is
stopped
the
watching
last
it
one.
after 2.
Come on,
yeah.
y'all. This is
So
the
I'm
last
okay with
one.
it because
I
it's
think
the
I saw
last
3.
one. I
This is the
love the
last one.
series,
We know
but
it's the last one.
yeah,
Yeah, this is the
it's
last
got to
one. We
end
know.
after the 10th. It can't go any
Yeah,
farther.
part
Right.
11 just sounds dumb.
Yeah.
And they're only doing 10 because Vin Diesel
Why
said that
not?
because they said Paul
Because
Walker
you
was talking to him
9,
like we
you
could
gotta
do
do
10.
10.
Said
Yeah.
we can do 10. We can make it to 10.
You did 9, you gotta do 10.
Yeah.
Like what? But yeah, Jason Momoa revealed in Entertainment Tonight he's playing the bad guy. I guess, and like Multiverse was saying a minute ago, he is taking the Rock's place, you know, sort of as the big bad guy.
Okay.
But yeah, exactly. Meh. Who cares?
Yeah. The ninth one was just like
Wow,
crazy.
that's how we getting down.
That's
Who
how I
cares?
care. I mean, I couldn't care less about
Yeah.
Fast
Sean
and
As long as
Hobbs
Furious.
is
it's
really good.
What are they
Sean
gonna
Hobbs
do
is
now?
really good.
Like jump a car from the moon
I don't know. They went to
to an
space like they
They went
literally
to
asteroid?
did
space
it
already.
all.
They went to space in the car
I,
already.
I'm saying, what
I
is
don't know
left?
what else they could do.
Did they do an
They're gonna
underwater
take
one
the
yet?
they're
You
gonna
know
take the
what?
car
They
into another
haven't.
dimension.
Oh,
They
that's what it
haven't.
They
is.
They
Yeah,
haven't
haven't
gone.
gone
they're going
underwater yet.
underwater
They're gonna
this
find
time.
a way.
Yeah, they're going underwater this time, and yeah, like through a
Yeah.
dimensional portal, or they're gonna go down a volcano and ride around in the magma.
You know what? They
Man,
probably
don't
gonna
hate.
do that.
Don't hate.
Come
Listen,
on,
don't hate
they're
on
gonna
Fast and
launch.
Furious.
They're gonna
Don't
back
hate,
into
man.
the
Listen.
volcano
I actually
and
love the
wait for it
Fast
to
and
erupt
Furious
and
series with
blast
Saga.
out. I'm
I
telling you.
love it.
Listen, why are you hating on Fast and the Furious? I mean, just because you don't have a 10-second car, that don't mean you gotta hate.
Hey,
Got
now,
a 20-second car.
yeah,
Yikes.
yeah, no, like
Yeah,
it
don't
was
hate.
that. What see now? Back then, seeing the 10-second car stuff, like the first 2 and 3, they were cool as hell. Like when it was about street racing.
I loved
Then
it
it
until
became
the
about
6th
like
one.
what is it? What did it become about? Like
Street racing.
smuggling? No, there's more.
Street racing
There's
every movie. There's
military
not
shit
one.
involved. There's
There's
like
not
SWAT
one.
teams
There's
and
not
drug
one
dealers
movie.
and
There's not one movie where there's not a street race. Well, they let you know that when you street race, there's other stuff going on that can be detrimental
yeah,
to the street racing.
yeah, like tanks and
Did they have a street
sometimes you
race
gotta stop
in
it.
the ninth one?
In every movie, there's a
I don't
street
know.
race.
I
Because I
don't
know
think they
there was
had.
one
I
in
don't
the
think they
eighth.
had
There
street
was one
racing
in the
in the last
seventh.
5.
I can't remember if
There
there's
was
one
one
in
in
the
9.
nine.
There was a
Okay.
street race in 9.
Yeah.
There's a street race in every movie. There's not
Yeah.
a movie yet that they didn't have a street race.
Well, no, they like you said, like yeah, they might have had a street race in it, but to me, the movies were cool when they were about street racing. Now they're about action and crazy stunts and weird shit like jumping, from helicopters onto
Well,
tanks and
sometimes
shit.
you have to do that, man, in order to keep the
Sometimes
street race
I
alive.
know, and you see it happening all the time. You see people
Yeah, sometimes you want to keep the street race alive, sir.
driving
You
their
gotta do it.
helicopters, off their tanks and jumping on submarines,
I think
Hey, somebody got to do it, bro.
flying into
the
space.
sixth one, that was that perfect balance of just crazy shit, but keeping it a little leveled with the racing and everything. I think 7, I liked when they were in Abu Dhabi, and I liked the Paul Walker tribute. I don't care for the rest of the movie. The 8th
That's
one,
what it is.
yeah.
When Paul Walker left, that's when I just didn't care.
I mean, he was kind of the heart of the
Yeah.
franchise. So it
But
just
it was like that for everybody. Yeah, everybody felt that way.
Yeah.
And then the 8th one was kind of forgettable for me. It was, but
Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh yeah, that one was fine. I think it was fine. Yeah, it was fine.
And
I
they
would
did
rather
did
see
you see the
Hobbs
movie
than
Hobbs
Thor.
and Shaw? The movie
It was great.
you
The
saw
show
that?
was great. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes, sir. I liked it. I own it. I own a copy of it.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Made it into my private collection. Sada has a copy too. I know she does. She don't want to admit it, but she has one.
I don't have a copy of that one. I have a copy of the first 2. I got to get the whole saga. I'm gonna wait till the 10th one comes out and then buy the whole thing, so that I have it. I have all of them. That's what I'm
Well, they're making an Alien reboot,
Oh, goody.
and I don't and like, come on, that's you don't touch Alien. You
For
don't mess with
Alien? Nah, you can't touch Alien.
You don't mess with Alien. It's just
Yeah,
too.
you just gotta-
It's a classic.
It's just some stuff you gotta leave alone. Like you don't make a reboot. You don't reboot Warriors. You don't reboot Alien. You definitely can't reboot Star Wars.
Yeah.
They did it. They did a reboot of Battlestar Galactica.
They kind of did reboot Star Wars. The Force Awakens was kind of a reboot of.
Yeah, I was going to say,
New
isn't
Hope.
that sort of like
And everybody
Sort of
hated it.
was.
And everybody hated it. Everybody hated it. So now they did a reboot of Battlestar Galactica. That was very good. That was very, very good. But
I didn't see it.
you just can't. SWAT. When they reboot SWAT's usually pretty good when they reboot it.
SWAT.
Yeah, SWAT. You never watched SWAT from the 70s?
I know there was a SWAT in like 2000 something. There was a movie called SWAT. Is that?
Yeah, with LL Cool J.
Yeah,
Samuel Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, they always redo SWAT every so often. And I've never seen a bad version of SWAT yet.
We've got Mother Nature, weird Jamie Lee Curtis, Bloomhouse, which is an adaptation of her own upcoming graphic novel, Mother Nature.
On that.
Yeah, I mean, look, co-writer, screenwriter Russell Goldman, illustrated artist Carl Stevens. The story follows a woman named Nova Terrell, who, after witnessing her father die in mysterious circumstances on one of the Cobalt Corporation's experimental oil extraction projects, has grown up to despise the seemingly benevolent company that the town of Catch Creek, New Mexico, relies on for its jobs and prosperity. The rebellious Nova wages a campaign of sabotage and vandalism against the oil giant until one night she accidentally makes a terrifying discovery about the true nature of the Mother Nature project, and a long-dormant, vengeful entity has awakened that threatens to destroy them all.
That sounds boring.
It does.
That sounds so boring.
Jesus.
I have no comment.
But I am excited to see Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon coming up, which I don't know much about it, but Zack Snyder has been did some cool shit recently. And then he's got Rupert Friend and Stuart Martin, I guess, in the role. I don't know much about it beyond that, but I just know Zack Snyder, Rebel Moon sounds cool. We'll see. Thor: Love and Thunder, a tie-in Lego set depicting a battle between Thor and the Mighty Thor against Gore, and the Mighty Thor against Gore, the God Butcher, and some sort of tentacled bat plant with scorpion claws was recently spotted at an airport in Istanbul. As always, don't expect Lego sets to tell you everything that's happening in a movie with 100% accuracy, but this thing, yeah, this is kind of, let me show you guys. So yeah, it was, I guess some leaked release that Lego wasn't supposed to have put out yet or something.
Always a
Definitely,
release in the toy line. Always a leaked release.
always, you're right, always.
Always
They
like
did, straight up, like, we saw, oh no, that was a comic. We saw them leak the whole Kang thing in a comic. It was a pre-order. I was pre-ordering my comic books, and they showed the council, not the Council of Kangs, but the three, what do you call them? Who were they? They ended up being robots. They chopped the one's head off. They were like they thought they were the guys that were the timekeepers, the timekeepers. So in Loki, the
Oh,
Loki show,
oh
the
boy.
timekeepers, right? And no one knew at the time that Kang was in it. Like no one knew yet. And they had the timekeepers on the cover of a Kang comic that was coming out like 2 months later. And you would only see that if you were in one of those websites pre-ordering comics. Like it wasn't on the shelves yet or anything, but that's just an example of that shit happening. But here it is, Thor: Love and Thunder. So you see this big creature here with the big claws and the weird bat wings on his
Mm.
head,
yeah. What is
and
that?
tentacles and shit.
Yeah.
It
Hmm.
doesn't ring any bells to me as far as what in the comics that could be. Like who,
Yeah, the
what
only thing that
character.
vaguely reminds me of is like Fing Fang Foom, but that has nothing to do with
Yeah, I don't think it's Fing Fang
Thor.
Foom.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so
so.
either.
It's some weird, yeah, it's a weird monster of some sort, but doesn't quite look like a dragon. It's got weird crab claws, uh, bat wings on its head. I mean, it's dragonish, but
Detachable claws. Yeah,
Yeah.
detachable claws. It's just,
tentacle, feet, no tail, no wings. Hmm.
Huh.
But that just might be something that's just might be just some monster they have to deal with. It might not be a character of any or a certain monster from the comics or anything. But
Yeah.
there you see Jane Foster as Thor, right there on the side on the corner of the box. But we already know that. We know that this Thor: Love and Thunder is based on the comic where Jane becomes Thor because she has cancer, and I think they and they give her the mantle and obviously saves her from cancer and stuff. But you do get to see Gore a little bit in this picture. Gore the God Butcher, and he looks kind of like a mummy. He's just got like white
Yeah, I was like,
wrappings.
what's going on here?
Yeah,
oh
he's
yeah. Because I was like, okay.
yeah, yeah. It's hard to tell what he's gonna be like, but there he is with the big sword and everything. Uh, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, of course. We've got the mutants, rather the Illuminati, one of which is Professor X. So that's
Which they
that.
need to make a movie out of. They just need to
Which
make
they
a
which
movie out of.
yeah, which they should, and they might. We'll see. But according to um, Jamilaquin Edwards said there's already a mutant in the Black Widow movie. There's already mutants
Salute
in the
Jamala Quinn
MCU.
Edwards. Hey, you know
Yes.
Hmm.
what? Send him a. That is it. I know
Which
Jamala. He's
one?
a Jamala Quinn Edwards. He's a Batman expert. Met him on Instagram.
Oh snap!
Gave him the link to the show. He's a expert in all things Batman.
All right.
We got it.
All
And
right.
GI Joe. He's a very very knowledgeable GI Joe fan.
Oh, that's
Very
what's up,
knowledgeable.
man. Check us out on
Very knowledgeable.
Saturday, DC Power Hour. You'll love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very. Yeah, he's very knowledgeable about Batman and GI Joe. We gotta get him on one day, man, and get him.
Yeah, come on.
Pick his brain. Pick his brain about GI Joe back.
No doubt, no doubt. There is,
Yeah.
there is mutants in the Black
Yeah,
Widow
Jamala,
movie.
what
I'm sure.
what mutant would that be in the Black
Yeah,
Widow?
I don't know about the Black Widow movie, but I know there's obviously Pietro, Quicksilver, and those they're mutants, but they haven't called them mutants.
Yeah.
Wiccan and the twins, but they haven't used the word mutant. So
I'm trying to think
maybe,
who in Black Widow was the mutant that they talk about. That he's
yeah, in
talking
Black
about.
Widow, I'm not sure what he means.
Yeah, Jamal Cornell was. If you can, let us know what mutant that is. You talking
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
kind
we're
of
curious right now. We're
But they
curious.
do, yeah. But yeah, I think the soldier serum, the super soldier, and weapons plus, I think will be at least how we get Wolverine. But so there are rumors that Wolverine will be in multiverse of madness, actually. And w- I and not Hugh Jackman, like some other actor. And it'll be like a momentary thing, and it might just be a multiversal thing. It might be a glimpse. It might be a whole conversation. I don't know, but yeah,
It
apparently,
could be how we get our new Wolverine. I mean,
right.
you never know.
But it also might not be the Wolverine that ends up being in the Mutants movies. But they're gonna sort of test audiences
mm,
with a non-Hugh Jackman Logan, a non-Hugh Jackman Wolverine. And I'm not really happy about that because,
Whoa.
well, I'll tell you why.
Mm.
Because I don't see they're probably gonna do some sort of guy like Hugh Jackman or something that it's gonna be another, Hugh Jackman-esque Logan, and that's gonna be compared to Hugh Jackman, and you can't compare to Hugh Jackman. Like there's no way they can do what he did. Like he's too iconic. The only way to do Wolverine without
Got it.
backlash and without uh
Redo him.
is
Redo him.
just do him different, completely different. Nothing like Hugh Jackman. Not tall, not handsome, not, you know, incredibly articulate even. Just, just like kind of and short and stocky and just the comic book, you know, uh X-Men the animated
It'll,
series, right? That Wolverine. That's the only way you're not gonna get him compared to Hugh Jackman. And because I think comparing Hugh Jackman is just it's not gonna work because they pick some other leading man type. It's just gonna be compared, and I don't know. I don't think they can. You can't compare. Like that man's like he's iconic.
mm. I mean, he is, but we still. If he don't want to play Wolverine, so he got to move over. Somebody else got to take the mantle. That's just
I
how I
mean,
feel.
yeah,
We'll move on.
yeah,
Let's move on to a new. Matter of fact, we can go a younger Wolverine. We can go a
right,
younger Wolverine
right.
and
Because
keep
the
it
only way
moving.
he can do it is if it's an older Wolverine. He's old now.
yeah.
He can't do a young Wolverine like he did. I mean, and I think he capped off his character nicely with Logan. He
Yeah.
killed, he did it. He ended it and did it well, and I think that
You
was
got to
like,
see that movie. You got to watch that movie in black and white. I don't hear anybody tell you.
oh,
Wolverine, Logan. You got to watch
oh
it in
yeah,
black
yeah,
and white.
you do, you have
Yeah,
to.
gotta
It's
watch
the
it in
it's
black
the
and
only
white.
way to watch it.
Yeah,
And you can get it on the DVD. I got the Blu-ray. It's on the disc.
yeah. I got
You
the
can
one with
either
the
watch
black and
the
white
black and
version
white.
too. Yeah.
Call it the Noir, Logan Noir.
That was just dope, man.
Yeah,
That was dope. And Sada, what's your take on Logan?
Logan
What's your
Noir.
take on that?
On the movie Logan, I thought it was good. I thought it was a great send off. I'm glad it was rated R. We waited so long because I feel like his solo movie needed to be rated R, and I'm glad that we
Absolutely.
got it. So it was good. I thought it was really good,
Yeah.
and I just feel like
And
don't even bring it to the MCU. Just leave it
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah. Let Hugh Jackman's Logan die,
Yeah.
like he did. But and
man,
they
y'all
introduced.
just putting Logan to bed, man. Y'all,
I mean, if
Uh,
if it's gonna be like a
I don't,
cameo or like a
yeah.
callback, okay, sure. But full on,
it's my
mm,
favorite character, pretty much. So I can't. I don't want them to fuck it up. I don't want them to, and I think, like trying to like it's like Jay-Z coming back after the Black album. We thought you was retiring, dude. Like what? You faked us all. Like everybody was like, oh, it'd be like Robert Downey coming back and doing another Iron Man movie. It kind of takes
No, it's
away
not.
from.
It's not like no. That you can't
jeez.
make that. No. See, Jay-Z knew the album was whack, so he had it. He been trying to redeem himself ever since he made that whack album. That's what he been doing. He was like, man, you know what? Just let me get a do-over. I'll do another one.
How many times did it go platinum?
Oh,
That's because there was nothing else to listen to at the time.
Shit.
Everybody bought it off the hype, and then they was like, you know what? I don't know why I did this.
Go
We
back
couldn't
to
preview the album. We didn't
look at
have
what albums came out
iTunes.
that year.
A lot
You had
better.
some fire came
Stillmatic.
out that same
Didn't
year.
Stillmatic come out that year?
Yeah.
Okay, then the 10 times better
So
than the Black Album.
yeah, but why
And
then
that's
why
why
the
he
Black Album?
and
Then why the
if you
Black
look at the
Album do
title,
so well?
if you look at the title is still ill, Matic. I'm still ill. He was
I
telling
mean,
Jay
we
Z,
ain't
I'm
talking about
still
now. We ain't
ill.
talking about Nas
I'm
versus Jay Z.
still ill.
Nas is
That's
always
why it's
gonna be
called
better than Jay Z.
Stillmatic.
Yeah, but that's not why we talking about. We not talking about that. Nas is
Black
better
Album's
than
whack.
Jay Z. The Black
Black
Album
Album, it was
is
just whack. It was
let's
just
see how
whack,
many
man.
times it went platinum.
It was just whack, man. It was just whack.
How many?
I mean, there was nothing good about
1991.
it. There
Nope,
was nothing
that's
good
not it.
about it. There was nothing
Jay
good about it,
Z.
man. I bet you it was 5 albums came out that year better than the Black Album. What year
Yeah,
did it come out?
but then that defeats what you just said. You said the only reason it went platinum so many times because there was nothing else to listen to.
oh,
No. Then I switched it and I said because
yeah.
everybody it was built off the hype. It was built off the hype. That's it. People
No,
bought that album off the hype.
you be like, it was nominated for a Grammy, Billboard
But it
Music
didn't get
Award,
one. There was
American
plenty of
Music Award
albums nominated.
nominated,
There was plenty of albums nominated
not
for Grammys.
whack albums.
Yeah, whack albums got nominated. Yes.
Nope.
Taylor Swift should have never won over Beyonce. Come on, dog. Beyonce, listen.
What
When
are you
Beyonce
talking
dropped
about? What does
Lemonade,
that have to
when
do with
Beyonce,
Wait, what's going on?
because you listen.
Yeah, where are you going?
Wait, I'm glad we have Sada here. We have Sada. Let's ask Sada. She's a true Beyonce fan. Let's ask
I
her.
am. Oh,
Yes, you are. Yes. Yes, you are. Now, did you buy Taylor Swift's album that one year when she won the award for it?
I've never bought her album or Beyonce's album.
Yeah, but
I've
why are
never
we talking about? Of course, Beyonce
Yeah.
was better than Taylor
But you
Swift.
did listen to and stream Beyonce's album.
Yeah,
Yes, you did. Quite often and a lot, didn't you?
probably back
Yes,
then.
man.
Yeah,
Did you stream Taylor Swift's album at all?
maybe not the whole album. Probably just a couple songs. Yeah.
Okay. Did you stream it as much as Beyonce's album?
Probably not. No, probably not.
And if you had to make a choice of what to listen to, you get up in the morning, you're doing your hair, you say, I'm going to go out for the day, I'm going to get really cute. What do I want to
Objection,
listen
Your
to? Because you
Honor.
need
Please
a
ask him
theme
to get to the
song.
point.
You need a theme song. I'm getting to the point. You need a theme song to
This
get
better,
dressed to.
this better
right?
relate to the
And
Black
when you
Album
get to
somehow.
and when you throw your theme song on, what did you throw on? Beyonce. You threw on Lemonade. Lemonade was the biggest album we seen that year and the year after.
And that means the Black Album is whack.
Black Album was whack. Every album Beyonce put out
No.
was
But
bigger and
how
better
does
than the
this
Black
relate
Album.
to the Black Album?
It was because Black Album was whack. He hyped it up. Everybody was on. Listen, everybody was on
This
Jay-Z.
relates because the Black Album is whack. I love it.
It was all right. He hyped it up.
Oh, okay. I remember that scene with Ursa Major. I remember
Ursa Major, yeah.
but he was a human, like not like the bear. So I mean, maybe like they'll do that in the future. If they reference it again, then yeah. But otherwise, I just thought that was a cameo or like a Easter.
But that would go back. Nah, he's right because that would go back
Yeah.
to the article I read where they said that the mutants were they're in the MCU. They've been there all along.
Yeah.
We just haven't paid attention to them because we've been paying attention to everything else.
Yeah.
So
I remember I saw that. I was like, oh my god.
they're just not in the forefront. Yeah.
The Demon Bears is in LA. There's some show or something coming out where or is that a comic? Daredevil. Who is it? Somebody's going to have to fight the Demon Bear. And I was like, that's weird. Because that's from New Mutants, the Demon Bear. But yeah, New Mutants, Demon Bear.
Yeah, anyway, Black Album was whack. Jay-Z hyped it up. And we all went and bought it. We were duped. Fanboozled.
So another movie that's about to come out, Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yay!
Which I want to see. The first Sonic was
Hedgehog
good.
1 was dope. Yeah.
It was dope. It was dope. I gotta take my hat off to him for that.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
I was real happy at the end when Jim Carrey was fully kitted out.
It was so great. Oh,
I was like, yes, Dr. Eggman. Yeah, but Sonic 2, we got Tails and Knuckles. It's gonna be ill.
Oh yeah.
Now, DC League of Super Pets. I don't know, y'all.
I want to see it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
I feel like I'm
It's gonna be
interested in it because I mean it's based on the DC pets. I feel like
good.
okay,
Exactly. And
I'm
Marvel doesn't
interested.
have super pets. They're not pet friendly.
Now, okay, you're talking about it's based on the DC pets. What are the DC pets?
So we have
Super dog, bat
Ace,
dog,
Crypto.
crypto.
What are the other ones? Those are the
Wonder
only two
Woman.
that pop in my
Wonder
head.
Woman has a
Really?
dragon. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Flash has a pet. Everybody has a pet. They all have superpowers.
Man,
I think
They're
I saw
super powered pets.
they released a design for Batman for that movie. I think that's the same movie. His design looks so weird. His head
Yeah,
is
they got
like a
yeah.
puppet head almost.
you
It's
know,
like
because they try. You know how they say after. You know how they say if you feed like you have an animal, after a while it looks like you.
yeah.
Well, I think that's what they did. They try to make the humans look like the animals, like favorite animals, like in reverse. Because Batman
Mm,
looks like Bat Dog. He kind of looks like Bat Dog.
hmm.
I can see that. Let's see if I can find that picture. And
Yeah, and it's Kevin Hart playing Bat Dog. So I don't know. I wanted to show you guys the trailer, but for some reason it's not downloading.
And don't forget Buzz Lightyear. We all want to see Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah, the Buzz
Whoa.
Lightyear movie. Yeah, I want to see that.
Whoa.
I want
Sada,
to
you
see
don't
that.
want to see Buzz Lightyear?
I mean, I'm just not invested in him. I never have been, so I'm pretty indifferent.
Yeah, if you're not, I mean, if you don't know nothing about, like, if you're not into Toy Story,
And
I
that's the
mean,
thing. I was into Toy Story, just like
really,
exploring Buzz. I don't care.
Buzz is the cool. He's like the star of Toy Story.
I know he's
Him and
cool. I just feel like I'm very indifferent to like exploring him individually. Like I don't know.
I
Mm.
think what's cool about it though is that it's like it's a more serious. It's like a
Yeah,
more realistic, rather not serious. It's more realistic. Maybe it is more serious, but it's not him as a toy. It's who his toy
Him
is
as a
supposed to
space
be.
ranger. Yeah, he's a space ranger.
Right, right. Like it's like the real people. So it's not the toy Buzz Lightyear running around doing Toy Story stuff. So that's what makes me want to kind of see it. That's what makes me kind of interested in checking it out because I
yeah,
want
I'm
to
just
see
seeing
what they
that.
do with that. Like what he's like. You know what's this gonna be like? He's not the toy. He's the actual dude.
He's the actual dude, yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
gonna
yeah,
be that's kind of
Space
interesting,
ranger.
low key. That he's like
yeah.
not
But
like
the bad dog thing, the super pets, looks cool. I don't know anything about super pets. I never heard of them before. I thought
me
that they made them up
Wow.
for this movie.
Nah,
Swear to God.
crypto.
never heard
Superman
of
always had
Ace.
crypto.
Are
You never
Oh,
these
heard
the
of
pets
crypto?
of the superheroes?
yeah,
Like
Yeah,
Batman has a dog, and
yeah,
this is his
yeah,
dog.
Ace.
yes. Ace. And Superman has a
Wow,
dog named Crypto.
it's a pit bull. He has a pit bull. Batman.
I don't know if
It's
Ace
the
was a
German Shepherd. It's a German
yeah.
Shepherd.
Oh, this is definitely a pit. Bat
Nah,
dog
it's a
is
German
definitely a
Shepherd.
pit in this movie.
It's supposed to be a German Shepherd. As a matter of fact, remember those Batman comics we
Mo.
reviewed
Oh
last month?
yeah, I'm looking at the picture.
I actually had the variant cover of Ace on there. I had the variant cover with
Batman's
Ace
looking
on
a
it.
little bit like
Yeah, I'm looking at this picture of Ace, and he definitely looks like a pit bull. Unfortunately, I don't know why
yeah,
they went
Batman's
with
looking
this.
like a little bit
He's
like
supposed to be he's
Gru.
supposed to be a German. He's supposed to be a
Yeah,
German
I don't
Shepherd.
know why. Okay, is that Cyborg?
Gru from
Ooh.
He said
what's the
Groot.
movie? What's Gru?
Wow.
What's Gru is from like with the minions.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me. Yeah, doesn't this he kind of has that kind of face. It's the kind of that
yeah.
art style, I guess. But I guess it's the
That's not a
same
pit. That's a
same
boxer.
company.
That's a
Yeah,
boxer.
it could be a boxer. It could be a boxer.
That's a boxer.
Um,
He's supposed to be a German Shepherd.
I
but I'll
know.
show
Why
him to
did
you.
they do that?
Yeah.
And then he's like his fur thing. It's not black. It's like gray. I don't.
Gray. Yeah.
Little
Oh yeah,
things.
he's yeah.
Did they show a picture of
Like,
Crypto? Did they show Crypto at all? Or no?
Oh
yeah.
yeah, crypto is fine, of course. I mean, I don't know how you could get crypto wrong, but yeah, I'm looking at a
Okay,
picture.
who's Crypto?
That's
The white dog?
Superman's dog.
Yeah,
Superman's dog is Crypto, the white one.
yeah, the
The
white
white
one
dog
with
is
the
Crypto.
cape and it has the Superman thing on it.
Okay, right now he's just chilling. No cape. just like a gold collar.
Oh
There's a
yeah.
turtle. Who
Yes,
has a
he's in the
turtle?
sky.
Why is it doing
The
Someone has a
Flash.
turtle. All right, who
The
has?
Flash has a turtle.
That makes sense.
Oh, that's funny.
Who has a pig? And who has a
Wonder Woman.
squirrel?
Oh, the Wonder Woman with the pig.
Wonder Woman has a pig.
That makes sense.
How does that make sense? What
No,
does
well,
that-
because it reminds me of an episode of Justice League Unlimited where she turned into a pig and like had that whole thing. So
Really?
I don't know. From that, I can understand. I guess
DC
why
is
she would have a
weird.
pig.
DC is so weird. Who?
I don't
Yeah.
know who has the squirrel though.
Whose squirrel is that? Yeah.
Maybe it's
who's that
Squirrel.
leave? Is the Aquaman squirrel? Why does Aquaman have a fish?
Aquaman squirrel.
maybe
Yeah,
Flash.
it's
Green Lantern. Maybe it's
Cyborgs
Green
or
Lantern.
Green
Green Lantern.
Lanterns.
Could be Green
Squirrel.
Lantern.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
Well,
not?
looking
yeah,
at
'cause there is a squirrel that is a Green Lantern. There's a squirrel that is a Green Lantern.
Yeah, I'm looking at a female Green Lantern in this
DC, man.
photo.
Reno's like, yes, Reno, there's a squirrel. Matter of fact, hold on. Oh shit, I got you. There is a squirrel that's a Green Lantern. Yeah, different. Yeah, well, Jamalik would never say they had different variations of Ace, but really, I think originally, I think Jamalik he was a German Shepherd, right?
I'm just used to the German Shepherd.
Right. Let me see. Oh, I also had another picture of him kind of sideways. I mean, it kind of seemed like a pit to me, but I could see the boxer too.
Yeah.
But that's, his body looks like a pit.
Yeah.
Way he's short and stocky like that looks like a pit to me. This I could see thinking it's a boxer because he looks more tall and lean. Like his arms look kind of long in this picture, but here that's a pit.
I'm still
Like
stuck on that squirrel.
That looks like a pit all day. I know the squirrel. But yeah, he looks like a pit here, Stu, with the short, stubby legs and shit.
I thought he's American Bulldog.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah.
He was like a boxer. Like a boxer. Because when it comes to Green Lanterns, they come in different shapes and sizes.
Yes.
Yes, they do. There's even a whole planet that is a Green Lantern.
Wait, really? Oh.
Yes.
There's a Green Lantern plant?
Yes. There's a planet that is a Green Lantern.
I believe that.
Yes, they come in different shapes and sizes. Yes. You got Abensur.
Yes.
You got Jade. You got Tata. You got Kata. You got Katama 2, Kilowog, Salak, and Tomar Ray. Most of these in this package here, they were in the movie. They were in the except for let's see, Abensur was in there. I don't think Chaseland and Katamaru. I don't think they were in the movie. Yeah, I don't think they were in the movie. But you got some weird Green Lanterns out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Some very, very weird Green Lanterns. And like I said, you have a whole planet that's a Green Lantern. It's a living planet. It's a Green Lantern. It has a ring.
Yeah, I had a comic book with all the different Green Lanterns, like 1,000, 100 of them, and yeah, man, there's some weird shit. Did you just come in here, bud?
Like even with the Red Lanterns, you have a cat. That's a Red Lantern.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I think it was a box.
Aliens and animals and shit. Yeah, but another movie that looks crazy is Chariot. Reincarnation becomes privatized by corporate interests in the trailer for Chariot, starring John Malkovich, Shane West, Scout Taylor Compton, Vernon Davis, Chris Mullinax, and Joseph Bena Schwarzenegger, Arnold Schwarzenegger's son.
Yeah, he just did it right up in Men's Health. He was talking about how he surprisingly, you wouldn't think so, but he went through a lot. Growing up, his mother actually didn't want anybody to know that he was Arnold's son, even after the world found out.
Yeah, he changed his name and shit too.
Yeah, he changed his name. They moved to Texas. and they hit out. They hit out for a long time. He was saying that he said they kept in contact with Arnold. Like that was cool, but he said they as far as his family, because he said when he was in the eighth grade, I think he said he was in eighth grade, his grandmother told him that Arnold Schwarzenegger was his dad. And they thought he was gonna be upset, and he was like, "Oh, cool." And he said that was it. But he said when he got 13, that's when the world found out that he was Arnold's son, and his mother came and got him out of school that day, and she got him just in time because when they were leaving, he was saying that like mad reporters and paparazzi had popped up at his school. Like they found out where he went to school, and the mother had kind of got him just in time. And he came out of school and said they moved to Texas after that, and they changed their name and hid out until he became, grown.
That's crazy. Imagine.
Wow.
Your dad's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, they were living with him. Like they were living with him because she was the nanny.
It's like your dad's Michael Jackson or some shit.
Could you imagine that? All that years, you'd be like, your dad, your mom says Reno, your last name is Jackson.
Yeah, man. There's some weird shit coming out. Innocence is a spooky Norwegian children develop superpowers. Weirdo movie. That looks kind of cool. Bubble is a anime joint. Mysterious bubbles from outer space break the laws of gravity in the latest trailer for Bubble, coming to Netflix April 18th.
Yeah, I seen the previews for that. I want to see that. Actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, I actually want to see that.
I was a fan, big time, of Quantum Leap back in the day. Like that was my joint. Did y'all watch this show?
What? Would you like me to explain quantum mechanics, the whole theory of the whole thing?
Yeah, I wasn't really asking you, but Sada, have you ever seen Quantum Leap?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it though.
Wow. Okay.
Would you like me to explain to you how it worked? Because it was actually really based in. There was a lot of reality to that, man. That's why I liked it so. It was good.
It was great. It was great. It was a classic.
Sada, you never watched Quantum Leap?
They're talking about, check it out. Deadline reports Raymond Lee will star in an upcoming Quantum Leap reboot as Dr. Ben Sung, a spiritual successor to Scott Bakula's Dr. Sam Beckett from the original series. Lee Ben Sung is both a scientist and a man of faith. He's a world-renowned physicist working on time travel project known as Quantum Leap. Why?
His face dropped.
Why?
It's just not gonna be good. I'm not even gonna waste my time. I'm not even gonna get my blood pressure high
where he
or anything like that, man.
Time travels and
he didn't really. You gotta remember, he didn't really time travel. He didn't really time travel. He was a quantum singularity that existed on different quantum fluxes. So
my son just told me some shit.
Each quantum flux has a different singularity, and he would take the place of those different singularities. That's why he always switched with the people, because he would be on their quantum singularity. His quantum singularity would be on their flux, and theirs had to go back to his. So he wasn't really. It wasn't really. I mean, it took place in different time periods, but he wasn't really time traveling. Think about it, because time is relevant to everything.
Yeah, he was entering like the bodies of people too. It was weird. He was like,
oh God.
Like becoming other people.
He had to. He was on their quantum flux.
There was an episode where he was I think it was a Down syndrome or autistic kid.
Yeah, he was an autistic kid.
He wakes up in the mirror and he's like, I'm retarded. You couldn't say that now. And that wasn't even that long ago.
Nah, no, not even.
You couldn't say that. I'm retarded. You couldn't say that. Damn, Stu just gonna stun on us.
Well, Quantum Leap was good. I like the idea, the way they did it. They got it right. They got the whole theory right.
Yeah, it was too good.
Because there was one I think where he was like he did everything, man. There was one where he was part of the NAACP. Another one he was like a Klan member or something like that. I mean, there was another one where he was like a famous DJ. And like
he's done everything.
Yeah, like he did it. He was a woman. He did it
Yeah, oh
all.
yeah, all that. Umbrella Academy, the Umbrella Academy. Euphoria's Javon Walton has joined the cast of the Umbrella Academy's third season in an undisclosed role. The Santa
Yeah.
Claus, Metropolis, Wheatsy
Does,
Bat, Twisted Metal, Secret Invasion.
does
Uh,
anybody like Umbrella Academy
I think
in this
some.
panel?
There's a. Oh no, I've never
mm-mm.
watched it.
No, I never got into it. Uh,
Yeah, no,
Yes,
never
I
caught my
tried to
eye.
watch it. It's too slow.
No.
yeah,
I
it's
tried to
really,
watch it. It was really slow. They were trying to make it like Heroes, like a mix between Heroes and X-Men, and just
yeah,
it didn't work for me, man. It just didn't work.
Yikes.
yeah.
What's the name of the movie with Ryan Reynolds where he goes back in time to see his younger self?
Oh,
That should be coming out next week, right? Or this week? Next week.
oh, the one for Netflix, right? That
Yeah, the
was.
Netflix one.
Oh,
I don't know the one you're talking about.
yeah, new movie. What the hell is it called? Oh, The Adam Project.
Yes, the Animal Project.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That looks pretty good.
Invincible season 2. Invincible's coming. That's gonna be dope.
I'm so excited for
Yeah.
Invincible.
What's your name kicked off too today? I
What
think it
show
was
is
today or
it?
yesterday. What's the one that's made after the Invincibles?
Oh, The Boys? You talking
Not
about
the
The Boys?
Boys. The one that was it's a spinoff of the Boys. What's it
Oh,
called?
the diabolical thing from.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
Diabolical.
Yeah.
Anybody
yeah.
watch that yet?
I saw the first one, the first episode. Is it an anthology? Like, or are the episodes like
I don't know.
episodic?
I haven't watched it. Yeah, I haven't watched it. I couldn't tell you.
Okay. No, it was like a Looney Tunes cartoon. No talking, just sounds and music, and dude just running around, violent
Slapstick.
shit
There's a
happen.
lot of
Yeah,
slapstick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not what I expected.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about Hit Monkey? Did anybody watch Hit Monkey?
I did not.
No, okay. I saw the
My
first
dad keeps
episode.
telling me to watch it. He said it's really good. I just haven't
Yeah.
watched it yet.
Yeah.
I just have not watched it.
Speaking
Stu,
of
give
Mary
me
J.
5 minutes.
Blige,
I'll be right back.
all right. Speaking of Mary J. Blige and music,
Mm.
Mary did do her thing. What do you think, Sada? Are you a Mary J. Blige fan at all?
I am a Mary J. Blige fan. I like her
Oh,
music
you
a
said
lot.
that. Well, whoa, you said that really quick. You were like, oh yeah. I asked you
like
about Beyonce. You was like, well,
because I like her music too. I like her old music. I don't really listen to a lot of like her newer stuff. Like Lemonade, I listen to a couple things, but yeah, I'm just not an avid listener of Beyonce, but I do like her music. So
no, it's nothing wrong. Listen, you like who you like. But
yeah,
I'm just,
but I do like
it was
Mary
just,
J. Blige.
yeah, no, you said that quick when we
Oh.
played, man, you were like, oh yeah, you were like, oh yeah, Mary J.
Because I
Oh
grew
yeah.
up on MJ. I grew up on MJB. I grew up on her.
Okay.
So yeah, I really like her.
So you like MJ?
Mm.
Beyonce's okay. What about Nicki Minaj?
I think she was great for the time. I listen to her music now and it feels very outdated to me. Like compared to like Beyonce and Mary J. Blige. I don't know. Some of her songs feel outdated now that I'm listening to it. But she was cool for the time. I think she was great. Yeah.
Okay. What about Megan Thee Stallion? Are you a fan at all?
Yeah, she's good. Yeah, she's good. I haven't listened to a lot of her songs since she like first came out. But she's good. I like her features a lot. Like any type of like feature she's on, I like it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But since we're pulling up all these movies here, we did the Adam Project and we did the Mutant thing and we did X. Batman. We had an instance where someone who played Batman, don't want to say his name because I don't want to embarrass him, said that he didn't realize Batman was a detective until after he saw the movie.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. It's just so crazy that so many people like don't know that he's a detective, and like that's part of the essence of Batman. Like I don't like how do you think he knows what he knows? Like I don't know. It's so weird.
Right. Right. He'll feel like they all know that sooner or later he's going to figure it out. Even the bad guys, they be like, look, once Batman's on the trail, he's going to figure it out. Like they know it, and they know he's going to get it right. And a couple of the villains, they refer to him as the detective. They don't
Yeah.
even call him Batman. They just call him detective. And he puts himself out there as being a detective instead of like, force of vengeance,
Yeah.
whatever you want him to be. But
That was
um
weird.
yeah. So Kat, Selena Kyle. What's
Mhm.
your take on Selena Kyle?
Like what did I think of her in the movie or just in general?
Period.
Oh,
Both. In
okay.
general, anyway.
Selena Kyle, I think she's interesting. She's like a really interesting, I guess, anti-hero. It's weird. I go back and forth between labeling her an anti-hero or like a straight up villain because she has her moments of
Right.
morality. So it's like strange. But I love her. She's one of my favorites ever, especially like in terms of female heroes or anti-heroes, whatever. She's my favorite. I don't know. There's just something about her. She just exudes such like confidence. She's such a badass, and like she doesn't even have to try. She doesn't overdo it. And I don't know. She's great. She's great.
Is she? Okay. Well, now, as far as the Teen Titans go,
Hmm.
when you think about the Teen Titans and you think about the role of the females in the Teen Titans, um, when you think of the role of the females in the Teen Titans, who do you think is the stronger character, Raven or Starfire?
Uh, Raven immediately, especially with the OG show. They spent more time with her. They spent more time going deep into her character, in her history. Unfortunately, Starfire didn't get that because we never got a sixth season. And the way it's set up, each person gets their own season. So season
Hmm.
one was Robin, season two was Tara, season three was Cyborg, season four was Raven, and then season five was Beast Boy. Never got one for Starfire. So I just think off the bat, Raven is the stronger character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they stopped this season 5, right? It wasn't at the
Yeah, they
last season.
stopped at season five with the
Okay.
damn cliffhanger.
Well, then we get the movie Tokyo was Terror in Tokyo,
Yeah,
or
but
whatever that
that's not
was.
like a true. I mean, it is a true like end to the series, but that cliffhanger, that final episode of season five, we needed a part two, and we're never gonna see it. They're gonna keep toying with us, and we're never gonna see it. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, that's true. So, all right. So, speaking of Teen Titans, have you watched the show, the new show, the HBO show?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've
Yeah.
watched all
So,
three seasons.
okay. So, what was your take on season?
Season one, I think, is the best season, because it actually focuses on the Titans being a team. Like it focuses on them, getting together, meeting each other, having that dynamic. And even though I didn't really like the antagonist and how that went down, um, I think just them being a team that kind of built the season, and that's why it's like one of my favorites. Well, not one of my favorites. It's my favorite of the three. I think it's the best one.
Why? What was season 2 about?
Season two was just a hot mess. It was about way too much. So you had you had Slade. He was like the main villain, but then you were dealing with introducing Superboy. You were dealing with um, the old Titans and that story. You introduced Aqualad for a brief second. Had to deal with Jericho in the past, and then him in the present. Introduced Rose. It was just too much going on. But the main antagonist was Slade, supposedly.
Mhm. So,
Yeah.
season 3 was what?
So that was the Red Hood storyline. They did. Red Hood, and then in the backdrop was Blackfire. But yeah, it the main story was about Red Hood and Scarecrow, and I didn't like that at all.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah,
Now, there was a lot of controversy around the Teen Titans, the character portrayals, particularly. People
really.
just didn't like the way. Yeah, yeah, they didn't like the all right, like Raven.
Hmm.
People didn't like Raven's look at first, and they changed it. And then everybody was like, "Well, why is she African American?"
Are we talking about Raven or Starfire? Because Starfire,
No, Starfire, Starfire. I'm sorry,
yeah, yeah.
Starfire.
Oh
Everybody
yeah,
was like, "Why is Starfire?" Yeah, everybody was like, "Why is Starfire?" Because
they're just mad because she wasn't white. Because canonically, like animation wise, she's always been presented as white, even though in the comics she's orange. So literally anyone could be her. It like I don't know. So I think that's what it was. And then also racists were creeping out as well. Because I remember that it got bad. It got to the point where the actress like disabled her comments and stuff. So yeah, it was bad. But her look
wow,
was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
yeah, everybody, nobody liked the look,
Yeah.
nobody liked the
Yeah.
movie.
Because it's like,
So I'm
okay,
like,
you have this beautiful black actress and she's in this horrendous wig. And the whole season, she's dressed like a hooker. And it's just like, okay, I guess. All right. She had one
so
other outfit that was pretty good, but yeah.
you think there'll be a season 4? Or no?
Yeah, there is a season 4. They actually started production on it some a couple weeks ago, or maybe like a week ago. But yeah, there is definitely gonna be season 4. They're gonna have Brother Blood, Jinx, and Mother Mayhem. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're looking for, oh, I was gonna say, so you must be looking forward to it.
Yeah, despite what I don't like about the show, and I've been very critical on my channel about it. I I'm excited for season 4. Yeah.
Mm. Now, now they're gonna continue on? Is it gonna be a whole new story, or are they gonna continue from season 3?
That's a great question. I mean, the way they ended season 3, they kind of wrap things up. They wrap Jason's storyline up. I don't see how he could fit in season 4 because his story is literally done. He has no more relations with the Titans and no more relation with Gotham because he was leaving. Um, they were going back to San Francisco. So I'm guessing it's just going to be a new story now that they're heading back to San Francisco and they're not in Gotham anymore because they were in Gotham for season 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, all right, so basically, has Batman been in there, or
Um,
any of the villains from Gotham been in?
yes. So Bruce Wayne has been a part of the show since season 1. He's old Bruce though, so they never had him suit there. Okay, so he was suited up as Batman at the end of season 1. It was like some dream sequence thing, so whatever. It just had him murdering people or something like that. And then he was Bruce Wayne throughout the rest of the show. He was pretty prominent in season 3. Well, that's not true. He was there in season 3 because of the Red Hood storyline, but not really. He kind of fucked off after like 4 episodes, and we didn't see him again to the end of the season. So, yeah. And then series. Oh, sorry, that someone just left a comment. So Jamala Quinn, I hope I said that correctly. They said Titans is okay, but they need to make a Teen Titans movie or series when they are young with a bigger budget. And I definitely agree with that. The show is just it's just painfully okay for me.
And everybody keeps saying that. Like that's like because it got mixed reviews, and even when they introduced the characters, like before the show came out, before anybody seen anything, they were showing the actors in full costume on, like, I guess, Twitter and things like that, and people just weren't feeling it. They
Yeah.
just weren't feeling the way they look.
Yeah.
And so, moving forward into the show, I don't understand how it's going into 4 seasons.
I mean, Titans, despite everything, it has a pretty strong fan base because people really like the actors that are involved. It's just the writing is so bad. And I really hope they get new writers for season 4 because the writing for me is what's been like killing the show. I think the costuming's gotten better. Some of the CGI has gotten better. It's just the writing is not working.
It's not there.
So,
No,
yeah.
okay. All right. Now, have you been watching anything on the CW? You watch Stargirl?
Ooh, no, but I heard that one was good because that's like a HBO show technically. So
Stargirl is good. It's
yeah,
really good.
they said
It's
that
really,
one
really
and
good.
Superman and Lois, and I haven't been able to watch it yet.
Superman and Lois is actually the bomb. I can't say it is. It is actually really good.
Yeah, I've heard it's really
Yeah.
good. I gotta watch it. I've been so turned off by CW shows. It's like,
Oh wow. Why? So you don't watch The Flash,
okay.
Supergirl?
I mean, I used to. So I used to watch The Flash heavy. I used to watch Arrow heavy. Never got into Legends of Tomorrow, and I watched Black Lightning all the way through. Arrow kind of lost me season 3. Way too much about Felicity and that, and then
Oh
I tuned
God,
out.
yes.
Yeah, and then season 4 when they killed Black Canary, I was done. I was like, okay, there's no reason for me to keep watching this show. But, it's like no. And then Flash, I fell off around the 3rd season. The story was really convoluted. Because the shows have like 25 long episode seasons, it just dragged. So I fell off
Yeah,
of
yeah. The
that.
first 2 seasons of Flash were really good,
Yeah. Hmm.
and then season 3 they were stretching it. I was like, all right, let's like y'all really stretching it.
Yeah.
Like we could have got 2 different story arcs in one season the way y'all stretched it, but it was just it. I mean, I watched it, I made it through, and subsequently it got a little better going moving forward. But
Hmm.
I definitely understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah. And I think they
Yeah.
tried to remedy that in the later seasons, like putting 2 arcs within a season because they have like those 20 episode long seasons. And I've heard that it wasn't good. I haven't watched the newer seasons, so I'm not really sure. I just know that there was like a lightsaber fight, and
Yeah,
there's this
yeah.
new characters, Allegra, Chester. I'm just like, okay. Um
You
tuned
know what it is?
in.
You know what
Yeah.
it is? They recycle a lot of characters.
Yeah.
That's become a problem because like Wells, there's
Yeah.
different Wells in every one. There's a Wells, but he's a different Wells in every single one.
They determined to
And
milk him forever.
right. It's like Captain Price in Call of Duty. There's a Captain Price in every Call of Duty.
Mhm.
But it's just Wells. You're like, all right, what Wells? They be like, oh, we need this, and they be like, we can go Wells. They go to another universe. I mean, universe. They go to another Earth, and they snag another Wells, and they bring them back. It's just I don't get it.
Yeah.
Just go
Black
back and get the movie.
Lightning. Right.
Black Lightning was good.
Yeah. It was good.
It was good. I can't say anything bad about it. I wasn't happy with it, but it wasn't. I can't say anything bad about it.
Yeah. The 4th
Like moving forward,
season. Yeah.
yeah, it was a little too much for me. The fourth
The
season,
4th season was, I was not happy with the 4th season. And it's like, that's your farewell season. And this is where you're going with. Everyone was at each other's throats the whole season, pretty much. And then you had behind the scenes, like maybe drama with China and McClain and the actor who plays Black Lightning. His name escapes me at the moment because they never shared any scenes together. Like if you
No, they
notice,
didn't.
they never shared any scenes together. And right after she left and became alternate Jen or whatever, that's when they started having more scenes together. So it was really weird. You could tell there was some drama or whatever. It was an okay farewell
Might have been
season.
some tension. Might have been some tension behind the
Yeah.
scenes. That led to that. So we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know till later. Sometimes they'll keep it under wraps, and we'll find out years down the line that there's drama. Like Martin, if you watch Martin,
Yeah.
there was
Oh yeah, yeah.
there was a lot of drama behind the set with
That
Martin
was bad. Yeah.
and Tisha and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they couldn't even film a scene together. She had a restraining order against them.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Ooh, I remember
Which
that.
I didn't know at the time. I didn't know he was dating Pam. I didn't know him and Pam was a couple.
Really? Her and Martin?
Yes, her and Martin.
Oh wow. I
Yeah,
didn't know
I never knew
that.
that. Yeah, I never knew that. I never knew they were dating. Yeah. So Martin, I don't know. Martin Lawrence, he was big. He got so big he went crazy. So I
Yeah.
guess.
Because I thought it was like he was so like in love with Tisa that like kind of went out of control. And that's what kind of led to the restraining order and stuff. Because I think she was still with Dwayne Martin at that time. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. You might be right. But it was a lot. It was a lot. And that was a great show. Now they're supposed to be bringing it back, and they're just gonna pick up where they left off. Or be like it's gonna be like the show was, but it's just gonna be now, based on everything now. And they're gonna even acknowledge the fact that Tommy died and things like that. So I don't know when they're gonna do it. I keep hearing the rumors and talking about it, but I don't know if it's gonna actually take off or it's gonna be a thing. If we can get the Fresh Prince off the ground,
oh
we
yeah,
can get Martin. Yeah,
I've heard that one is really good too. I'm so behind on so many shows, but I gotta watch that one too. I've heard that one was really good. I was very afraid.
Oh, Fresh Prince?
Yeah, I was afraid at first.
Why?
Like, oh, no.
What was to be afraid of? What was it?
Because it's like, why? Because another classic show is getting a reboot, and then the look was like, it was so unfamiliar because I used to watch that show a lot. I was like, and it was like a darker take, and I was like, okay, maybe, but I've heard it's really good, so I'm a little more excited to check it out. I just don't want to pay to watch it.
I mean, well, there are ways of watching it without paying.
That's true. That's true.
We won't encourage it on the air. Talk about it backstage. Get your hook.
Guys, don't do anything illegally. Don't do it.
No, don't do it. Yeah,
don't even stream nothing.
Yes, none of that. We do none of that here.
Certainly not.
Yes, we do none of that. But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up now. And it's about we've been on almost 2 hours. About an hour and 42. Reno, I don't know
what's going on.
But don't worry, we held it down.
Yeah.
We held it down. Is there anything else you'd like to touch before we go? Or?
I don't think so. I feel like I'm good. Yeah.
Did you see Uncharted yet?
Oh no. I could tell from the trailer that movie was going to be bad, so I'm not even going to waste my time.
Okay.
I'm good.
Well, I'll wait for it to come on video. Yeah. It actually went through a couple of different directors. It went through a couple of different rewrites of story, and Mark Wahlberg stuck with it the whole time.
Yeah, I think contract. I think he was forced to stick with it the whole time.
Nah, he said.
Really?
You know what he said? He thought it was going to be a good movie. He said no, he just stuck with it. So he just stuck with it. He was gung ho for the whole thing. So yeah. So
I don't know. I could just tell. Like I was like, no, that doesn't look good. And then they have like little promo videos with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, I guess showing off that, they're buddies and they have like chemistry. And I couldn't buy it. So I'm like, if I can't buy it from a promotional video, there's no way I'm going to buy it from this hour-long fest. I'm just not going to waste my time. It's okay.
Well, maybe they'll do a sequel. It'll be better. Nathan Drake
Quinn says it's not that bad.
Okay. Then we'll take his word for it. I gotta check it out. Definitely gotta check it out. If he says it's not that bad, then it's not that bad. We'll check it out.
You can watch it on Peacock for free. Bet.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. And we'll be back on Wednesday at 6:30.
Oh yes, I
And
will not be here on Wednesday though, because I have a
okay,
class. But I'll be there Saturday.
okay. Well, you'll be here for the Power Hour, DC.
Yes, I will be here
Okay.
Saturday.
Well, education comes first. But you can watch it. You can always watch the replay.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. So with that, we thank you all for coming. God bless you and good night.
Good night.
Good night.